before you go.
You can always add more to a painting, but you need to realize that the painting's already been done.
Like, at what day and moment was I just like, I'm not doing this anymore?
Right.
I wish I could go back and kick that sumbitch in the dick.
Whatever somebody's going through, like even the little
That one
things
was
or
good.
things that like progressively get bigger. Like there's ways around it. There's ways to like go through it. There really is.
Everything has consequence. Everything changes with every decision that you make.
This is me versus me. Yeah, all those fucking clips. Like 2 of those clips are from the very beginning of this thing. Did you hear when the sound got like scratchy?
Yeah.
That's from like, I think that was January of last year.
Oh wow.
Like my first fucking setup, dude. This thing has gone through like 7 different setups.
No, but it's a pretty nice setup. Like when I came in, man, yeah, it's perfect. Like if you feel comfortable, like you could just come and chill.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got. When like, you know what, I can come do whatever I want.
We're trying to make this look fucking professional, comfortable. You know,
No,
make it the real fucking deal. We're trying.
I feel better than in my own studio.
Your studio looks pretty nice, but
You'll be able to see it when you go there. For
we
sure.
we got Gio or Giovanni from the Loke S podcast. Welcome in, buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate having us, and
Thank you
it's
for
a
making
pleasure.
the fucking trip, man.
Man, it was a mission. Now I understand when people say, you know what, I drove. Now I get it. Like, oh, how's it going? How's it going? Thank you for having us here.
Fuck yeah, it's a good Friday night.
It's perfect.
About
First
to-
Friday.
About to get fucking better.
Can't complain.
So, you talk a lot about you just started your podcast.
So I started the podcast around a year ago. Actually, February was a year ago. I started with Zach from Who Do I Kill, the one that I'm gonna introduce you to. We were gonna start it together because I've been years I've been wanting to do one, like not to get famous or nothing, not even like that, because I just wanted to talk. And my wife was like, do it. I talk a lot, like you can see, like, and I was telling everybody, now I'm gonna be on the opposite side of the mic.
Yeah.
Because I think it's more comfortable if I'm here than over there. Because if I stop talking, you have to talk. Because it's your show. So if you stay stuck, like I tell him, so somebody comes visit me, and the host is talking, and then the visitor talks, and he be quiet, I gotta jump right away.
Yeah.
My next question, my next remark. Because if I don't say nothing, but like I said, yeah, we started February of last year. I did one in Peñasco. My second one was in Rocky Point with a musician. He's a Mexican songwriter. And from there, man, I did 2 more. Everything was doing perfect. Like, I thought, you know what, we're going to keep consistency. But then work got in the way. Like, I had to travel.
Yeah.
What I do solar for a living. That's what I do.
Oh, no shit.
And we had to I went to Oregon for a month. Came back 2 weeks. And when I set my next appointment, I had to travel to Peoria, Chicago, Illinois, 3 weeks. Came back, I went to California. So like I said, we had to chase it. And then I sat down with my wife and said, you know what, I'm not trying to live off of this, you know, but if we can, more power to it. But I like it, and I invest a lot, man. If you go to my, whenever you go, you'll see, like, I invested a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
But because I like it, I'm 90% of the thing I'm not gonna get that money back, which is cool. But the experience of talking to somebody, knowing their life and what they do, man, that's more than enough for now.
Yeah. I'm a little bit different. I'm trying to dedicate my full-time work, if I can, to doing this. Just because of the things that I want to learn, the things that I've set out to try and accomplish, you know.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, this room we built on. This everything that is in front of you is all handmade, hand put together. So, it's gonna take a while, but my goal is eventually to do this full time. And him and I are actually starting another one right now
Oh, no way.
that we're putting in the works. Yeah, I figured I already got the shit, man. I got the place to do it.
You can't go wrong.
Let's just fill in. But like you said, man, fucking life gets in the way.
Definitely.
I wouldn't say in the way. I shouldn't say that. But this takes up a lot of fucking dedication.
Lots.
You know, there's so many fucking days where I come straight home from work, and I gotta do editing work, or even when this shit was being done, it took us 3 weeks of every day coming home from work and coming straight to here just to build.
Wow.
and it was just fucking. It's crazy.
No, and I get it because at the end, I think it's like more difficult for you. Like for me, I'm the face in the camera technically. Like my wife says, like when she gets mad, like we go through everything. The happy, the angry.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I told somebody the
Yeah,
podcast is gonna come out this day, and she obviously has like family, has the kids, and when she has her separate like extra time, she dedicated to the podcast. I go to work, and when I come back, have you done anything yet? No. Well, she said, sit down with me so you can learn. But one of the things about me watching my own videos, my voice, like everybody sees their voice.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's us, but like it made me walk away from that. But like at the end of the day, I think this podcast thing, and if you're trying to dedicate it to it, man, do it. Like I said, I seen your videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, without even looking at video, just listening to it, because obviously you have it on your phone and I'm working. Man, I got my peace, like in the sense of, like I could relate to the people that you have here and to yourself. Why? Because we all been there. We all been to the lowest points, and yet again, you're here overcoming whatever you've been through. Because we all have demons inside.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's one of the things that people don't seem to understand. They see a smile on your face and everything, but they don't know what's behind the guy.
Yeah.
And when I seen the title, Me Versus Me,
Yeah.
man.
And that's exactly, you're kind of expressing everything that I kind of wanted to get through is I want to have, a million guests on, anybody I can fucking talk to, because at the end of the day, that guest is going to be able to connect with one listener,
Most definitely, for sure.
and that connection is truly what I'm looking for, is the human connection and understanding why we are who we are. And if you can hear one other soul on this planet that's gone through the same shit that you have, but they've overcome it, then maybe that'll make me take the next step on my ladder.
And not only that, and like I said, that's perfect. And if you make one person, just one of your subscribers, feel a little bit better, or but I can relate to that. And you know what? I'm not the only one that's going through this process.
Mm-hmm.
You did more than enough. And the problem with this, and I say this in general, and whoever's paying attention, the problem is that our own people are the one that more neglect us. In the sense, I'm saying, like, say for you, your own friends, they will be the least to follow you. They'll be the least to subscribe. They'll be the least to say, you know what, share it. You know what I mean? And that's one of the issues that it is. Like me, I've been here a year. Let's say on YouTube, I have about 200 plus followers, which is not a lot, right? But everybody, it doesn't cost money to say, you know what, subscribe.
Right.
And the worst part is that these people, that are your friends, your family, will easily subscribe to somebody else, share a person they don't know, purchase something from a person they don't know. But yet again, they know you, they know what you're going. They'll be like, heck with it. Like, I don't understand that. But yet again, to each his own, right? That's what it is about.
I like the title of yours. It is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
And that's
when we were coming up with the titles, I came up with so many, man. So many. And one day I was driving, and I was like, it is, in Spanish, es lo que es. Like, it's lo que es. Like, there's some things that we can never change. No matter how hard you want to try, the only person you can control is yourself. We can't control the weather. We can't control your partner. We can't control your friend. You only can control yourself. So I was like, if he's doing what it is what it is. I can only do me. And, or like, if we're going to talk about lo que. So lo que es can be understood as two things. It is what it is, or we're going to talk about, there's no sugarcoating it, and we're going to go straight to it.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it is about. Like, the mic is for another way to express yourself. Like right now, I can express myself way better now than I do in my own podcast because I said I'm in the opposite of it now.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I feel like if I could talk like I'm talking right now, my podcast, man, but then I'll be like I get stuck. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of people say, oh, he don't get nervous. Hell yeah, I do every day.
Every fucking podcast.
Every podcast. But
Yeah,
as soon
yeah.
as that red light or the light comes on, I'll be like, so behind the scenes is different. Like my wife says, record. We're recording. I take about. She has to stop it, or we keep recording, but because obviously to keep the film on. But it's crazy. Like it's fun though. Yeah, once you're done.
Being the host and being the guest are
Different.
fucking different, man.
You'll
And
feel it when you come to mine. Watch, I promise you. You're gonna wait. It's a weight off your shoulders. Like
it's gonna be my first.
and this is my first one coming to somebody's
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So we popped each other's cherries on the Visit podcast.
Oh, I saw fucking Jose, and shout out to Jose Casas, man.
Saludos.
You're a motherfucker, and you're a badass
He's
dude.
something else, bro.
I saw him on yours, and I was like, oh shit, maybe I can connect that, I saw the fucking title of yours, and I was like, shit, man, it's like right up our fucking alley.
No,
Like, it is
the
what it
same.
is, and I'm just doing like the my personal demons kind of shit, and like it is what it is. I'm like, that could fucking work.
Man, like I said, we could collab anytime, man. Like I'm saying, my studio is open to you anytime. Like sometimes, even to come talk and we could talk and record, and
Yeah.
just have a simple conversation that like a lot of people don't seem to understand that it's hard out here. For a lot of people, it's hard to cope with reality,
Yeah.
and we have a perspective of life that people gotta think that you have to be like that. No, where everybody's different, everybody copes different, and like you said, like, when I was listening to your podcast, and I told you yesterday, like. People call it quits a lot, bro. Now I'm not talking about just quits about one thing. Just quit everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like how you say you were working one of the most dangerous jobs, 24 hours on.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I'm not gonna be one that come to your podcast and say I listen to him. I listen to what you do, and that's why I can say I liked it. I like everything you do. So far, what I've seen, and because you're being you, you could tell genuinely that you are who you are.
That was probably one of the hardest parts of doing everything that I've done, is just making sure that I was being me. Because I don't. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest with you, like I don't like the image of me, you know. And I think a lot of people feel that way about themselves.
Yeah.
But I don't like my voice. I don't like who I portray a lot of the time. But I wanted to come on here, and I guess you could say, you know, I'm looking for people that are reaching out the same way that I'm reaching out.
Definitely.
Like the connection that we can offer each other is fucking right there. All we got to do is do it.
Let's put it like this: as since you started doing this podcast, right? Since you've been doing this podcast and been able to communicate with other people and being able to, you know what, understand them, how does it feel? Like, and now I'm asking you a question on your part. How does it feel that, you know what, stress level? It's a whole different stress level too now, because even if it's minimal, you're already conversating to another person a little bit of your problem, like your work or the bullshit. Like I said, you've been from job to job. I know you were going through jobs, and now you're at a mechanic again.
Mhm.
Like I said, some people need to hear that, and I bet you your stress level or your everything you had in your court a little bit moved. You know, you changed it because you were able to, with this set, you've been able to express yourself better.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure peace of mind, like, damn, you know what? I'm a little bit better in myself.
It's kind of weird, man, because it's almost like things shifted in my head. I've got such an overwhelmingly good response from what I'm trying to do, from emails. I've got emails from dudes in Canada and other countries.
Wow.
Guys reaching out that they say that they appreciate just hearing somebody they can connect to. I told you my truck that's down right now.
Yeah.
It has my logo all over it.
Yeah.
It's got my QR codes. It's got my logo. It's fucking decorated in me versus me shit. When I drive that thing, I'll go to like gas stations and shit, just getting gas, and I'll have dudes walk up to me and be like, you know, what's it about? Or I'll have dudes walk up to me and be like, dude, I listened to that shit.
How's it feel? Honestly. Because it happened to me today. The first time ever. That's what I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you. First time ever it happened to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you explain, then I'll talk about mine.
So I have two different feelings. It makes me feel like I'm doing my duty, like for one as a human, and for two, the weird thing that's coming of this whole thing is like men are reaching out. Men are reaching out more than a lot of people, like asking for help. Like men's mental health is a fucked up thing.
Fucked up.
So a lot of men are reaching out, but because I don't have that truck, because I don't drive that truck all the time, I feel like driving that little fucking turd.
Mm-hmm.
I feel when I do have my truck, I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
I'm not telling enough people about what I'm doing. That's how it makes me feel. It feels like I'm not doing enough.
No, it makes sense because, like I said, I understand where you're coming from. Same as me. Like I have, like I said, my circle is not that big, obviously. But the people that are with me, they tell me, when you going to drop in that pocket? You know what? I liked it. But like I'm saying, the experience I had, so we want to go eat at some mariscos. It's called Sinaloco. It's Mexican seafood. And, you know, shout out to my boy Gerardo. Real good food. If you ever want to go, if you like seafood, I'll invite you one day. And
Let's go.
And the waitress came in and said she got our menu and everything, and she went back in. When she came back, I said, "Are you the guy of the podcast?" I said, and I'm like a smile on my face, like, first time. Yeah. I'm subscribed to your channel, she said.
Oh, no shit.
I was like, fuck. Like, and the other guys that we go work with each other, we fuck around, talk shit all day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get along. They were like, and I was like, fuck you guys, it felt good. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
like, it feels some type of way, like somebody you never met in your life just knows who you are.
It feels good.
Hella good.
It feels fucking real good. You see, I got a little bit of merch that I wear.
I see that. I'm trying to get on that. I'm trying to actually. I have a couple of logos that I want to make on a hat.
Yeah.
Like obviously the podcast and a brand that my brand that I want to get started. So like I said, this is all a web, man. Connections. Who you connect
It is.
with.
It's
That's
a
all it is.
There's a bar in this area that we fucking frequent. Just kind of like a home bar, you know.
Yeah.
Every now and again when I wear my shit out, I have a couple of different shirts that I wear, and every once in a while, dude, somebody will stop me just somewhere randomly, and they're like, "Oh shit, you've listened to it?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I run it." And they're like, "Oh shit, you run that?" I'm like, they're like, "Yeah, I listened to that shit." I'm like, "Oh god, damn, hell yeah, thank you."
Make you feel like you're 15 again, huh?
Shit, man.
Honestly, it does. Like, and that was my first time they ever told me, man. Like, honestly, like, I can't. I'm not trying to say I'm in the sky, but that shit felt good. Like, and like, you do something, you put a lot of effort into it, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, at the end of the day, your own people, your own family, your own friends don't appreciate it. And I'm not saying they're saying expect nothing from anybody, and you'll never be disappointed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Simple as that. I
Yeah.
cannot expect something from my brother, my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of it, if I do expect it, they'll do, and that's when I get disappointed. So if you don't expect nothing from nobody, you'll never be disappointed.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, you're doing this because you love it. If you want to live off of it, man, you will, because you are your weakest link and you are your strongest strength at the end of the day. You decide which one you want to wake up and be that day.
It's you versus you.
You versus you. You know what I mean? So when the title hit and when Casas told me about it, dude, I was like, as soon as the conversation, because he told me, hey, I was looking for somebody that wanted to do a podcast, and my roommate, which I don't know if it was you, or whenever his roommate said, oh, my roommate, oh no, his friend said my roommate does a podcast. So I don't know how that was. He came.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't live here no more.
Okay, so that's how it was.
Yeah.
And he's like, he came and he said the conversation was dope, and me and him talked. He reached out actually to me. We had a mutual friend, and like it was crazy, man. Like he came through, we called, we chopped it up, and that was it. Like in history. Like once I started listening to your podcast, I try to listen like 1 or 2 a day, for sure, the whole thing, and after that, like I said, I have a couple of other things I do, because I do solar, so I'm the electrician, I'm the foreman.
Yeah.
So like I have it on my phone, my pouch. I'll be working,
Mhm.
and then when I leave it playing, and then when I come back, I have to rewind it because I don't want to miss anything. You know what I mean?
So you say like, what I get from you is like, you didn't really have you just wanted to do a podcast.
Yes, I didn't want to. That's the first thing I wanted. I always had that little, I want to do it. I want to do it. My wife always told me do it. I was like, nah, I was embarrassed. 'Cause I talk all day, like I said, but once I'm on the opposite side, man, that's when I freeze up. You might not notice it, but like I said, I'm inside of me. I'm like a little kid scared. But like I could be on every podcast. I could talk for days. We could talk. Like I'm comfortable as hell. Anything happens, like I'm saying. But yeah, I didn't want to do it. I just want to do it for that. And then I started here the first one. The first one with Zach. We did it as an intro.
Yeah.
But it just to practice. It was a practice run, and it lasted for an hour, and it was popping. Like so we left it. The second one, I went to Rocky Point. Did it with my friend Lucio Camacho. We were in prison together. You know what I mean? And then from there, I just made fun. I made a little bit connections. I think I'm gonna be going to another 2 parts of Mexico, different ones. Like I said, little by little, and now I'm here with you. Like I have a Spanish and English. Like I said, I speak both languages.
I saw that, dude, and that fucking that piqued my fucking interest, because that's cool as fuck that you do that. I think the first one I saw was in Spanish, and I was like, oh shit, like I don't know if this dude's really gonna be interested, and I was like, oh fuck, and then I think I watched another clip and it was in English, and I was like, oh shit, maybe he's down on fucking both of them. And then we fucking started talking, and you were like,
I'm
yeah.
down, dude. And mainly, I
That's fucking cool though, dude.
appreciate it, man.
That's
what we
fucking
do.
dope as fuck that you're cool with doing fucking English episodes and Spanish episodes.
You're lucky I don't speak French, and I would be doing a French one too. Tell my wife. That's what it is, and like I like supporting locals, man. Like us. Like at the end of the day, we're overlooked.
Yeah.
No matter how we want to say it, we're overlooked because, like I told you, like it doesn't cost nothing to support you.
No.
It don't cost you nothing to support him. Like, why? Because you don't want to support because we don't have a million followers.
But we're
Because
all in
we
the
don't-
same shit together.
We like it,
Yeah.
and like you said, mental health for a man. That's one of the biggest things. That's one of like I talked to my wife. I want to talk about topic because, don't get me wrong, like, our women are the most beautiful thing in the world. Like, boy, mothers and fathers. But if you really think about it, if we go to the man perspective, Father's Day and Mother's Day is not the same.
Mm-mm.
You'll never like. There was a joke that said, you want to get a date for a restaurant on Mother's Day, you share like, you go for Father's Day, you could do a walk-in. You know what I mean? And everybody appreciates the mother more than the father, which I don't think that should be right, regardless. In my opinion, this is my personal opinion. The reason why I say that because if that's only if both parents are in your life, mother and father. This is only when I'm talking mother and father. The mother's meant to be the caregiver, right? To be there for you. You know, you hurt yourself. The father's there to support. 90% of the time, the father's working all day. He can't show you the same love your mother does.
Right.
You know, but yet again, he wakes up at 3 a.m, goes to work. Sun goes up. When the sun comes down, he's not home yet. He's still working. But yet again, if something happens, the dad's the worst.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The mother's the best.
Yeah.
But she probably is. But there's a leveling field that should be handled. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. The brunt of it's really something. It's hard to wrap your head around. There's a lot of different variables, you know.
Correct.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of shit that we have to just accept and walk away from.
Are you a father?
Yeah.
You have kids?
Yeah. I have an 8-year-old.
So nice. So see, that's one thing. Like at the end of the day, we love our children as much as our wife does, and that's what me personally. I'm talking about my point of view. I don't know how everybody else works. You know what I mean? But I don't treat my kids like my wife does. I don't treat. I don't treat my son like I treat my daughters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I love them both the same. You know what I mean?
I don't remember who told me a long time ago, but for some reason it stuck with me, man. It's just like when it comes to my kid and when it comes to kids in general, it's really fucked up, and most people take it off color the first time they hear it. But I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your parent.
Hell
I'm here to raise another adult that's supposed to
100%.
that's supposed to be part of society.
100%.
You know?
I agree with that one. And I tell the same thing. I tell my wives and I tell my kids, I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be here 100% with you. I'm going to have your back more than anybody else.
Right.
But don't confuse the situation. I mean, say, I'd rather have 100 times you fear me and be a model citizen than we be best friends and you be in prison at 13, 14, 20, 25.
Okay.
All day, every day.
Yep.
I can live with you hating me when you're older because I was rough on you. But yet again, you have a good job. You have a beautiful wife.
Right.
Wonderful. Instead of me being your best friend and now me visiting you in prison.
It sucks to have to wait for, but at some point those lessons are going to come full circle.
Oh yeah, life is the best teacher.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And unfortunately, but it is. I'm pretty sure you have stories.
Yeah.
Like I have stories. Like I said, I'm from South Phoenix, man. I'm from Mexico, but I was raised in South Phoenix, 19th Avenue in Buckeye. And you know what I mean? We were whatever you could think of, we've done. You know what I mean? And man, I had great parents. Like just like any other family. Like we had problems. Family had problems, but I ran the streets still. I still, you know what I did, what I had to do. You know what I mean? I grew up, met my wife. You know, I'm not gonna say our marriage was perfect. We fucked up. I fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've been together 15 years already. 15 years, and you know what? When I got picked up, she was there. She held it down, man. One of the best things I could say that she was there for me. Like I won't change it for anything. And that's the thing. Everything starts with just as a podcast. Any relationship that you want to grow with, being this podcast, being a marriage, being a friendship. It's not a 50-50 thing. A lot of people don't seem to understand. A marriage is not 50-50. It's never going to be 50-50. It's 100-100.
Oh, yeah.
But yet again, my opinion, they're always an alpha. Not an alpha in the sense I'm the boss, but there's always going to be that one person that makes a decision. Like, we're a team, but there's going to be the best decision for our relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The moment that happens and you know I'm not saying you know your spot, but I'm here to have my wife's back and my wife's here to have my back.
Mm-hmm.
It's us versus the world.
Yeah.
Because
That's how it should be.
I love my parents. I love my brothers. and they can hear this all day, every day, and they know that because they know who I am. My wife comes first,
Mm-hmm.
because when the moment I decided to marry her, that became my first family. And my dad told me that one time. My dad told me, you know what? We were at the house and we were chilling, and something happened. I told my dad, no, you're my first family. You're everything to me. If you come first, I told him. He sat me down. He said, you know what? We appreciate it. I appreciate what you said. You know, we love you, but you gotta understand that the moment you decide to marry her, we become your second family. Well, what that means, she has to eat first, and then we eat. If you don't have enough for her, she only eats. And when he said that, man, like honestly, I was speechless. I said, you know what? Those words I tell my kid, I tell my wife, and when we go around friends and they be like, "Oh, my mom," I'm like, "Dude, it's not." I love my mom to death. I'll ride and die all day, every day for her.
Yeah, yeah.
But reality is, my kids are gonna grow. They're gonna grow. They're saying the number one spouse you should protect is your wife. Love her more than anything, but your kids are gonna grow. They're gonna get married and they're gonna forget about you.
Mm-hmm.
And who you stuck with? Your wife.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make that marriage every day a new day, because once your kids grow up, man, they leave you. They find their own family. 18, they're gone.
Yeah.
And who stays with you? Your wife. And if you gave her a whole shit show of a life, she's not happy. Or either vice versa, you know?
It's always been a weird conversation that I kind of admire having with people that have your point of view. Is people always said, put your wife first.
Your
Put-
spouse.
Put your wife in front of your kids, and
Always.
that's gonna fucking ruffle some feathers. I
A lot.
guarantee.
A lot.
But I agree, because you said it perfectly, dude. At the end of a lifetime, you're
Nobody
gonna,
else.
You're gonna be fucking laying next to the one person.
Yep. Your brothers are married. Your mother's married. Your kids are married. Your dog's probably gone
Yeah,
too. So
it-
the only person you have next to you is your wife or husband.
And that's not a bad thing.
It's not. It's
not
the
a
greatest
bad
thing in the world.
That means that you successfully raised fucking new adults to replace
Yes,
you
sir.
guys. You know.
Yes, sir. I'd rather have my kids gone and be independent than be living with me with 40, 50 years old. If they want to, it is what it is. I'm gonna either support them, and if they ever watch this video, they're gonna know that I'm there for them.
Mm-hmm.
But the objective of life is to, like you said, we're raising little human
Little
beings,
adults.
little human beings that are eventually either gonna go left or right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They can swerve on the curve, but you can straighten them out still.
Yep.
But it's attention, time, dedication, sweat, tears, everything. See, like the podcast. This podcast is also one of your motivations, your thing. So you're gonna try to eventually buy the best things, best software, more communication, more attention. Everything works like that. If the attention you put to it, that's what's gonna feed you back.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I know you talked about starting your podcast. I want to know, like, why? Like, what? And I know you said that you just wanted to talk to people, but like, why?
One of the things that I could say, like I said, I don't know if you can see. I'm a real good talker, and I
Yeah.
can listen.
Yeah.
My wife, and I always gonna bring my wife because it's always me and her. She always tells everybody, tell me, you give good advice. You could talk to people, yeah, but you never take them. They tell me, which probably makes sense. And then that's when it comes with the controversy where people say, don't ever tell somebody something that you won't do yourself. But that's a lie, because if I'm an alcoholic and I know I'm an alcoholic, right? I'm a drug addict. Most drug addicts will tell you not to be a drug addict. So they're gonna be like, I'm not gonna listen to it, because no, he knows what he's going through. He might not change it ever, but he's telling you not to do it because I don't want you to be where I'm at.
Yeah.
But yeah, and communicating with people, bro, like how you said, like it's the moment. Let's say it's that hour that you're doing that podcast. You free yourself from everything else, from problems, from bills, from stress, and not only that, the person that you're talking to also does that as well. So we could be talking about good stuff, crazy stuff, fun stuff, but sometimes it gets deep.
Yeah.
Like the conversation, like you seen the conversations you had.
Yeah.
You seen what happens. You seen probably tears go into their eyes, them choking. You know what I mean? It's not when people open up to you like that, man. How do you feel? Like it sucks, but like damn, they were comfortable enough to tell me their problems. So what can you do from that? So
Right.
now you the ball's on your court. You could take advantage of that in a good sense, help out, or do as you please. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never like put it in categories. I just never did. I just tried my best to find the closest connection.
That's what it is, man. And you're doing a great job. Honestly, my personal point of view, you're doing a great job.
That's fucking wild, bro. I never once crossed my mind to like categorize it like that. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It takes one person just to open up a thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it sucks to say it the way that I'm gonna say it, but there's a lot of people that I talk to where I can find some kind of connection to my life, to their life, you know, and that's it. I say it sucks because what we're talking about typically is trauma
Definitely.
and shit that's happened in life, you know.
Like, I'm pretty sure you've been through some fucked up shit. You know,
I've got my own
demons. At the end of the day, you gotta worry about. You know.
Yeah. I've got a basket full of shit. But everybody does.
No, everybody does.
Everybody, and that's what blows my mind the most, man. Is like, I could sit here and tell you all the shit that I've been through, and it's either gonna be a world apart from your basket of shit that you've been through, or it's gonna be similar with your own set of circumstances, and it's still gonna be fucking different.
No, definitely.
And that's why I wanted to do this, because like, I could take a random motherfucker that I don't know, and they could tell me the same. They could tell me my story, and just say, you know, I haven't had parents since I was 15, and blah blah blah, and this is what happened. This is what happened. I could be like, holy shit! It's like you're telling my story, but it's still gonna have a different set of circumstances.
Yeah. At the end of the day, let's say for example, you didn't have parents, he didn't have parents, but look where you at.
Yeah.
Now he could be in a whole shittier spot than
Yeah.
where you at.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of people. It's like saying, two siblings are born in the same house, right?
Mm-hmm.
They only have one parent. One of them becomes successful, the other one becomes addict. The addict will blame it on their parent. Oh, you know, we never had. But the other one had the same opportunity. But that one decided to go the other path. You
Yeah.
feel me? So, like I said, what you do at the end of the day, and I don't get tired of repeating it. You're doing a great job, man.
Thank
and
you.
Whatever you keep doing, don't stop it, because you're helping not only other people but yourself. And you even said it yourself. People call you to email you. If you change one person's life, or just have one person to think twice about, you know, unaliving themselves, you know, about doing the next bad thing that they were supposed to do. If you could change that, man, you did your job. One person you save, one person that you could change, that's all you need.
Yeah, dude, that means a fucking lot. And I guess now that we're sitting here breaking down what it actually is that I'm trying to accomplish, I guess the one thing that I can say is that if I can broadcast your story live and it brings somebody up to your level that's connecting with you, you know, if somebody listens to your story and they say, oh shit, well, if he's fucking doing it, then why can't I?
Correct.
Then my fucking job is done.
More
Then
than
that-
enough.
that's what I fucking want.
And that's one of the things that I want this, the way. So my podcast, what it says, I have it structured. Technically, there's no structure. Why? Because I've had a musician, I had a tattoo artist, I had a boxer. Shout out to my boy Checo. He's fighting the 29th on ESPN, so you guys should check him out.
Mm-hmm.
He's I had the lady I had, the podcast came out, dropped out today. She has her own foundations of feeding the homeless. You know what I mean? So
Damn, really?
Read that one if you have a time. I invite you to go check it out.
Yeah.
It's real deep, and she came up with. She had cancer. She had intestinal cancer. Her husband got deported, so she was with her kids by herself, selling tamales. She went to churches. They shut the doors on her because she didn't belong to that church. So that's one of the things that motivated her for, like, the fuck, you know? What are we doing here? So when everything became up to par, like, I salute her. Every Sunday, man, in the summer, she goes downtown and feeds 800 people. She makes the food herself.
God damn.
So check her out. Like, honestly, she's dope. So that's what I'm saying. My foundation, and one of the things that I'm going to get into, and I've been wanting to do it, is I want to go to rehab centers.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because, man, there's a lot of people that need help. And there are a lot of kids that will watch, eventually going to watch our podcast, or even adults that help me. You know what I mean? And hopefully in May, I'm going to go to Rocky Point. I'm starting this. I'm a big believer in the saint called Malverde. That's what I have, which is him.
Mhm.
And Malverde to the government is considered the drug lord saint. But and where we're from in Sinaloa, he's the saint of the poor. So every poor person prayed to him for food, for etc. So I believe in since man I can remember, you know. And every time I cross the border or when cops see me, you're a drug dealer. You do, man. I work 12, 13-hour days in the sun. You know what I mean?
Fuck out of here with that.
And so on May 3rd is his day, his national day. So what we're trying to do, I have a couple friends out in Peñasco, Rocky Point, that we're gonna take toys and go to a shelter, orphanage.
Mhm.
In Mexico, there's a lot of those, brother, and just give every kid some toys, some clothes, some food. Like I'm saying, I never spoke about this before. Like I don't tell people what I do in that sense, but like I said, I'm open to tell you, because that's how I started. Like me and my wife, that's one of the biggest things that we want to help others too.
Yeah.
Like I said, God has blessed us to be able to be where we're at. We don't have the best things in the world, but I work hard enough. My wife supported me enough to be able to do a podcast. Because podcasts are not easy.
No.
Are they?
No,
They're not,
no.
brother. And the most expensive thing of a podcast, you know what it is? What do you think it is?
The most expensive thing?
You might get it, though.
I mean, in my opinion, it's the fucking time it takes to learn
Time. No other question, bro.
Yeah.
There's the only thing that stops will never stop for nobody. Time.
it. Time.
Yours 1 minute of your life is worth more than $50 an hour, $100 an hour. Why? Because the purpose that you have, like that's what I said. In essence, you told me to be here at 6. I said, man, you know what? I know I'm not gonna make it at 6. I'm gonna be there around 6:30 to 7, like that. Why? If you have anything else to do or whatever, I don't want you to be holding up on me, because your time, your value of time, is worth more than my absence. And a lot of people don't care about your time. A lot of people don't care about. They think that's it's nothing, you know. So that's what I'm saying, in the sense that your time is more valuable than anything you built here. You know what I mean? Because what you're doing, 10 minutes, 1 hour of your podcast. Imagine 1 hour. You're not getting paid for that hour, right?
Yeah.
You're not getting no penny yet, probably. But if you are, cool. But that email that you got, hey man, I bet you that was priceless.
I don't have fucking words for the way
Right?
it makes me feel, man.
Simple as that. I bet you that was priceless. So your time, in essence, is the most expensive thing in the world.
It's funny that you say stuff like that, man, because I think my most favorite overly used motto is that the world doesn't stop for my bullshit.
For nobody.
It ain't gonna stop for me. It ain't gonna stop for you.
Nobody.
It doesn't give a fuck if I'm sick, if I'm fucking dying. It doesn't fucking care.
Nothing.
So you just have to stay. Well, I mean, like, why would I stop then? And that's usually my people don't like that, because they're like, well, you have to take care of yourself and blah blah blah, that whole thing. And I'm like, I get it,
Yeah.
but there's no time for that.
No, and not only that is everybody could have an opinion outside the bubble.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Everybody can have an opinion outside the bubble, but at the end of the day, you're the only one that's knowing what's really happening.
Yeah.
You know yourself, you know your mindset, you know everything that you want to achieve. And nobody's helping you achieve what you want. Nobody's giving you money to buy your tools. Nobody's giving you their time to, you know what I mean?
You do fucking listen, don't you?
You know what I mean?
God
That's
damn,
what
bro.
I'm saying. So at the end of the day, why should you stop for somebody that's not willing to stop for you? Like I said, loyalty. To me, one of the biggest things that I strive on is loyalty.
Yeah.
Don't ever be loyal to somebody that's not loyal to you. Loyalty goes both ways. It's not a one-way street.
No, fuck no.
And a lot of people have that tendency to have it. You have to be loyal to me, but I don't have to. No, it don't work like that, brother. It's not one bit. Because if I'm 100% with you, you 100% with me. If you're 99, you know what? I don't need you in my life.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You
Yep.
could be that 1% could affect us in a lot of ways.
Yep.
And if I need you, we all need to be in the same right 100%. Now with one foot on the door open, to ready to run out, because it don't work like that.
You know, when I started this shit, man, it was real fucking quick for me to figure out just who the anchors were gonna be in my life.
It's hard, huh?
When I dedicated my fucking my bar time and some of my weekend time and my going out time and shit, when I said no, I'm gonna stay home, I want to try and get this figured out. A lot of motherfuckers fell off, bro. And nobody shared the passion. And I couldn't understand, like, why. Like,
But it's the best thing that could happen to you. You know why?
Yeah,
They're
it is.
saying not everything that shines is gold.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Not every rock that shines is gold.
It took me fuck, I don't even know, like a year and a half, 2 years to find one motherfucker that's, if anything, slightly interested in dedicating some time to this.
And he's here with you. And you take care of those people, bro.
So I'm
You
trying.
take it. It doesn't have to be with money. A lot of people think everything taking care of people means money. If you ever blow up, you take care of the people that you have. But
That's a promise I've made, regardless of how those people are now. I'm
You take care of
going. I'm gonna when I have the first fucking opportunity, every motherfucker that has stepped in and helped me for any part of this will get taken care of.
and God's gonna. I don't know if you're a religious person or not, but whatever thing is, you're your own captain of your own ship.
Mm-hmm.
You decide the crew you want to have, and you decide the voyage you want to take.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could take the easy route, which most of the time is not the route that's going to take
That's
you to
not-
success. You
That's
know
not
what
the
I
way
mean?
to go. Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta voyage through those rough ways, brother. Rough ways. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I said, you this thing about a podcast, man. Like right now, I'm comfortable as hell right here. I appreciate the invite.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people want to have about a certain topic. Like let's stay on that. With you, we could talk about this and then jump over here
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
jump over here. And like I said, I'm cool. Like we could talk for hours up in this bitch. You know what I mean? And
I wanted it to be so just the most organic shit as possible, and that's why like I don't smoke weed. I don't do anything else. I drink a lot. That's my thing.
I
But
drink Red Bull.
I tell people when they come in here, I'm like, hey, do what you fucking want. Be comfortable.
Definitely.
You know, just fucking chop it up. I want to make sure that it's as organic as fucking possible, and just for that reason, like, talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. You know.
Like one of the things that you just said right now, and I stepped out of topic. Like when you started this podcast and when you stopped drinking, not drinking but going to a bar, there are people that jumped off.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That's the best thing. I'm gonna tell you why. When I went to jail, when I was in prison, and I haven't told much people about this, but I used to take care of a lot of people. We used to have a lot of friendships, supposedly friendships.
Yeah.
I did 9 months. Out of those 100 people that I talked to, man, I can honestly say if 5 people went to my house and asked my wife how she doing, how is Gio doing, how's the kids doing, I think it's too many, bro. I think it's too many. That one, 2 of those are I made them my kids' godparents,
Mm-hmm.
and because I have so much love and respect for them, and if I could say 3 people, man, 3 people were there out of if hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Like if I ever talk to you about my life and how it is, you'll be like, damn. But bro, nobody. Like 9 months, my wife, how she did it, she worked her ass off. We were in so much debt, bro. Like I say, I hate credit cards, but she lived with credit cards.
Mhm.
She was able to pay everything with credit cards. I got out, and like I said, how my story is, I got picked up by ICE.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I used to have DACA, and I got DUI. I used to drink a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I love drinking. I still love drinking, and I've been sober 6 years. And
for you, man.
and so what happened? I went in there for my case. I was fighting my case. I went to a federal case. I got denied bond. I got denied several times, and I was to the point that I told my wife, you know what? I'm gone. I want to go to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to not go to Mexico, but I don't want to be in this place no more
Mm-hmm.
because you know what I mean. It's not. I had you guys are outside. You guys are struggling. My kids. I had 2 kids. I missed 2 of my kids' birthday. I missed my wife's birthday, my mom's birthday. I did a birthday in there. Don't get me wrong. I met a lot of good people in there, bro. Believe it or not, everybody can talk what they want. You know, we all have a fucked up minute in our life that we're gonna do, and a lot of people in there had that 1 minute
Mhm.
that fucked their life up for the worst.
Everybody
I
does,
seen
man.
people in there, bro, grown men cry, bro, because their wife left them, because their wife left with their brother. I seen people choke themselves, like, you know, things that like, what the fuck? And we're back to what I'm saying, like, nobody was there, brother. No, but the day I got out, people knew I was out. Out of those 100 people, those 100 people came to me.
Yeah. of
How you
course they
doing,
did.
Gio? I wanted, you know what was the number one thing? I wanted to visit you. I wanted to come say hi.
Oh, homie, I was gonna come
You know-
see you.
Every single word. And you know what I said the first time? You know what? Let's not talk about it. We're good.
Yeah,
And my
yeah.
wife used to get mad. Like, to the point that, like, why you talk to him? Like, why you so nice?
Doesn't it make you feel like shit when somebody else can see it?
And then my wife said, why you so nice?
Yeah.
They don't give a I said, babe, I know they don't. But, you know, I'm that person that don't keep grudges. Like I said, I have a saying that I live by. Blood makes you relatives. Your actions make you family.
Mm-hmm.
I got friends that I consider family, like I'll ride and die for. And I have family that I won't even talk to. That are my blood, that, you know, we grew up together. But if those people want to come around and they want to be the hypocrite with me, and whoever sees it, if they're my family, and they get, like, feel some type of way, that might be you. That might be you, the person that's that you're just a, you know. But, and that's one of the things I am. Just like I'm talking to you right here, I could give a sermon all day, man. That's why I love this. Like, I feel more comfortable being the visit than the host. Like, man, I'll take over the mic. My bad.
Well, no, you're gonna do it again.
Well, most definitely.
I got so many more questions. You brought up a lot of shit that I still want to talk to you. I want to talk to you more about you.
Go ahead.
Well,
Talk to me.
I think we're gonna save that for number 2, if that's all right
cool.
with
No,
you.
no, you definitely. Well, you, and like I said, we got to make a part 1 over there in Lo Que Es podcast. So both of you guys are more than welcome to come.
Oh yeah.
It's a drive, but
It's all right.
come through, man. You guys are
Yeah.
more than welcome. Like I said, you guys check out the room. Obviously, give me your opinions too, and like, we'll share with anything you guys have to. And like I said, now I will support you guys in every way I can, no matter what. Everywhere I go, just like I'll support, just like I'll show my podcast. I'll make sure that if they tag me, if they add me, subscribe to mine, I'm gonna make sure they subscribe to yours guys, because we're in the same boat. We're in
Yeah.
the same race, but we're not a race to see who comes in first.
No.
The race that we're in, we're grabbing each other by the arm and
Yeah.
we're gonna go together.
I think this professional relationship, and maybe even more than that,
Most definitely.
we can go a long way.
Oh yeah,
You
most
know,
definitely.
you got the right fucking mindset. You got the right fucking. Everything's in line for you to do what you want to do, and it's in the same line that we are. So
Almost definitely, man, and I appreciate it. Like I said, like, in the end of the day, this is awesome. Like, it is. Like I said, like I repeat myself. I watched your podcast. I watched like 5, 6 at a time. Like can't go wrong with it. I could drive in the car, and one of the things that I have about this is not against the law, guys. This auto skybox that you connect it to your car, and the TV becomes YouTube.
yeah, I have one of those.
And I watched your podcast, and I actually put it on my story,
Fuck yeah.
and it was cool. Like I'm saying, it's dope. Like it's
Yeah.
just awesome.
You know, somebody brought up the other day that they admired how real world all the shit is, because it's like everything that we do here is constantly changing because we're constantly trying to make it fucking better.
Correct.
So it's constantly like shifting in a certain direction. Things may not always be the same. The video is always a little different because of my computer. You know, just
Yeah.
it's so fucking real world. I don't have a crew. You're looking at us, dude. Like
Same. When you go there, you're gonna see my wife in the corner.
yeah.
And how I have my set, I have where the neon sign is
Yeah.
at. That's the couch. And then on this wall, I'll take a video and send it to you later. I have two sofas and Scarface in the middle.
Fuck.
You know what I mean? That's it. Like and this whole back side of my wall have the soundproof.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, and a rug. And like I said, that's so simple as that. And like I said, I'm gonna link you up with my boy Zach.
Yeah. I'm looking
Shout-
forward to talking
shout
to
out
him,
to
too.
Zach.
Yeah.
And actually, he called me today and asked, I like, my bad, man. I'm gonna send both of you guys your information. He said, hey, if you want, talk to him and tell him. No, I'm not gonna talk to him. I want you to talk. I don't want nothing. I'm not trying to make that. I want you guys. You guys feel comfortable. Everybody wants something out of somebody. That's one of the things that sucks about this too. Dude, I message like top people, like people that I know that, hey, I would like to have you in my podcast. You know, I even talked to one on a guy on a live, bro. I said, well, hey, he was telling his story about he used to talk to people and they dissed him. And he's like, right. And I was telling him a message, you want to come to my podcast? Never answered. Which is cool. Like, I'm not hating. You know me, everybody's entitled to it. But nowadays, if you don't have nothing to offer that person, which makes sense to a certain extent.
Mhm.
But not, and let's say I'm probably saying that because I'm at the bottom. But if I was on top, I probably think different. I don't think I would. But like I said, if I had the opportunity at least to answer you, not leave you unseen, that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Not leave that person. You know what, man? I appreciate the invite. I'm kind of busy. I'll reach out to you later. Cool.
There's been a couple of really fucking big names that I've reached out to. I've sent merch to a couple of people. I've sent like merch and invites and shit,
Mhm.
like just trying to get
Definitely.
some fucking attention. Those I've had. Nobody's done anything for me. Not even reached out. Not even like said anything back. But like one guy, I went on his live and I was like, hey dude, I was trying to get you to come on my podcast. What do you think? And he responded. Luckily, he was like, oh yeah, just don't do them. But I appreciate the shirt, and he gave me a fucking fat shout out.
That's cool.
So-
At least communication. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, he fucking acknowledged it, and that was fucking cool as fuck.
No,
So.
for sure. I'll purchase some merch from you for sure. I like supporting our own people. Like I'm trying to get on. Like, actually, this hat, I got it from the guy I did in Peñasco. That's his brand.
Okay.
He sells them out there, like I say, and he sells them out in the United States. Like I say, he's basically corridos. I don't know if you know what corridos is. That's a genre of music in Spanish.
Okay.
They say country. You know how country has a lot of stories.
Mhm.
Same thing, but a little bit more hectic, crazy. Like
I think I know exactly
yeah.
what you're talking about.
So technically, that's how it runs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's his hat. Shout out to him. He does pretty good, Señor de la Letra, because he's a composer. He writes music
No shit.
for big musicians in Mexico, and he's an artist too, a solo artist. And like I said, he's real good. And yeah, like I'm trying to start merch. Like I said, but I want to connect with the right people that will lead me to the right things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of
well,
just going like crazy, like or not knowing. But now that like we're in this industry, when I say industry because we're in it, at the end of the day, it is what it is. A lot of people gonna say, "Oh, you think you're big?" No, it's an industry that we're not the best at it. We're not at the top,
No,
but we're in
trying.
it. But
Yeah.
we're in it no matter how. I have a video on YouTube and you do too, so we're in it already.
Yeah.
We call ourselves podcasters, so that's what we are.
We're trying to reach the world.
I'm trying to little by little.
Plug anything you want to plug, dude. Do you want to plug your own podcast? You know, make sure everybody knows about all the connections you want.
No, for sure. I would like to invite everybody to come go check out our podcast, Lo Que Es Podcast. We're on Instagram, Facebook. We're also on TikTok, and you can listen to Spotify. Like we're having on Spotify too, YouTube. Like I said, mainly it don't hurt. Just press a little share or just give it a try. If you don't like it, I understand. It's not for everybody. You know, my content's not gonna be for everybody. You know what I mean? Your content's not gonna be for it, which is fine.
Yep, that's
But you know, at
perfectly
least
fine.
give it a shot.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. If you first 10 minutes, if you don't like it, next, appreciate the love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's all we're doing. All we're doing is trying to and keep on rolling. You know, keep it around. Life don't stop for nobody, so I'm not stopping for anybody as well.
Well, there's a lot of shit that I want to talk to you about. There's a lot of little stuff that I feel like we can accomplish.
For
And,
sure.
and I'm looking forward to doing some more collab work with
No,
you.
most definitely, man. Like I said, I'm willing. I'm easygoing.
My fucking gears are turning, bro.
Man, let's roll it, man. Let's roll it.
There's shit that I want to do. There's real world changes that I want to make, and I feel like if there's going to be somebody to help me with, it's going to be you and your podcast.
No,
so-
let's make it happen. Like I said, Lo Que Es is right there for you guys.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I said, I don't know you at all, man, but I felt comfortable enough to talk to you.
yeah.
And you can feel the vibe of a person right there. I'm good at that. At least I was like, I hope. I haven't been wrong lately, or a lot of times.
Yeah.
And like I said, what you're doing is a positive impact. At the end of the day, you're doing something real good. And not only that, that you're putting your heart and soul into everything because it's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And man, you can't beat that. Fuck no.
I'm trying like a motherfucker.
And don't stop for nobody.
I'm trying to be the realest motherfucker that I can in a world that's.
You look real as fuck to me. I don't see no fake in you at all right now, man. Like,
So you walk in, you're like, God damn, you're taller than
oh,
I
you're
thought.
tall as fuck. Well, I'm short as hell though. I'm 5'5" on a good day.
That shit was
I
funny.
shrink in the winter, my bro. I shrink in the winter.
shit.
So like I said, you keep doing you, man. You just don't stop, and everybody's gonna judge you for good or bad. A lot of people think when they judge it's only bad. No, there's good judging.
Yeah, yeah.
There's good judgment,
Yeah.
bad judgment, and you just don't stop being you. And I always take care of the people that are with you. Never forget that.
Nope.
Always, it could be 1 or a million people.
Mhm.
If they're riding with you, it's compa.
I'll tell you one thing, man. When this thing finally does get funded on some real world shit, my fucking party bill is gonna be fat, because I got a grip of people that I have to take with me.
You got it. You do what you got. But I always remember
It's gonna be
that-
a fat weekend.
hopefully you invite me. I'll go with you.
Fuck, you're
No,
going.
but like I said, there's gonna be a million people that are gonna be around you.
Yeah.
Especially when you start blowing up, and which you are, and I have all the faith in the world that you are. There's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be. I was there with you.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people saying some shit.
You know what I mean? But you know who was your day one.
yeah.
You know who was right there with you. And as soon as, like you said, you're the realest person to yourself, so you know who it is.
Yep.
You know, real recognize real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
Simple as that. And always keep your support next to you. And like I said, I'll come do another 10 videos with you all day. And I can talk all day. Like I said, every day. Like, I'm comfortable as hell. You know, when you come over, I have another bottle for you out there. You gonna try some
Fuck.
Mexican stuff?
Yeah, thank you for the gift, dude.
Oh,
by the way.
no problem.
Fuck yeah.
I'll have some Mexican thing for you when you go out there.
I look forward to it, bro.
And you're welcome anytime. Whenever you have time, you let me know. Like I said, I can do it any day. No. What schedule? What schedule? I don't want to give you a day and then you be busy. But whenever you
We'll get together.
Yeah.
But fuck yeah, man. I appreciate you making the time, the effort to come out here. It's been a long fucking drive.
Nah, it's good. It was worth it. It's still worth it.
Fucking everybody check out Loke AS Podcast on...
On YouTube, Instagram, any platform that you have, we're on it.
Are you on Spotify?
And Spotify as well.
And Spotify, okay. Check them out. I get the feeling he's going to be a big part of what we're trying to accomplish here. So if you want more info on him, then feel free to send me an email at meversusmeinfo@gmail.com. And don't forget to fucking like, follow, and subscribe. Anything on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on YouTube. Check me out on Facebook. I'm fucking everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Do the damn thing. If you have questions about him, fucking hit me up. I'll get you in touch with him. It's not a big deal. And look for more of Gio because he's going to be fucking back.
Most definitely. We're here. Thank you, man. Thank you. And also, like I said, we do Spanish. If anybody that watches this video that wants to do a Spanish back, like I said, obviously, you know, if you guys, like he said, he has an email, text me on my, I don't know the actual email, my wife knows, like I said, she's in charge of all that, but send us a DM. Like, one of the things I want to start on the podcast is I want to put, so in Spanish, like my phone number is called WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And you can send your story out there, write it down, and I'll, like, anonymous, and I'll read it out and we could conversate.
Fuck yeah.
Like, I have a one, as soon as I'm done, I've been building I have a gazebo in the backyard, fire pit and everything. What I want to do, I want to start doing podcasts that would like just like this, relaxing with the cameras on top, like nobody, not even like right here, and we just talking. Like, I have a big ass TV, boom, that's the topic, and we just sit down and collab.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
what
I
it's
mean?
about, dude.
That's all it is about. 'Cause
Fuck
like
yeah.
one day at a time and take it easy and keep it 100.
That's all you can do, man.
That's it. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate everything.
Of course. And for all the followers, like, follow, subscribe. Do your thing. We'll see you tomorrow.
So-